All right, we are here today. It's a special day. We're here today with Corey, and I'm not going to share his last name, but Corey is here. He just finished up our ChiroThin Weight Loss Program, 42 days, and today is
Day 42.
Day 42. So we actually caught him right on the last day. So he's here to just share his experience with the program. And we'll just start out with like where you were before coming to us for ChiroThin. Like what was life like before? Where were you at?
Overweight significantly, which was affecting all kinds of things. I mean, emotionally, physically, pain, swelling in the joints, ankles, numbness, different things like that. It was kind of a depressing time, honestly.
And you had tried some things in the past, had some success with them. You'd lost, I think, you said 20 pounds in your
20 pounds on another program that was more about nutritional cleansing and shake meal replacements, which works and can help, and if you can stick with it, it's great. But then you start getting the convenience of being able to find time to run the shakes and do all that, and not being able to eat what other people are eating can be challenging.
Yeah, and then you had struggled though for a while. I think you put on here, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Didn't put a date on it, but just said it's been a long time.
I lost that 20 pounds probably 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and I gained all of that back and then some. So from where I was.
And then you and your wife found out about this program. How did you find out about it?
Well, we actually used to live on the other side of this development, shopped at the grocery store right here, and kept seeing it. And I was like, I wonder what that's all about. And I mean, literally probably for a year to 18 months before I actually called up and made an appointment.
Oh, cool. So we came in, discovered that, hey, we have a great ChiroThin Weight Loss Program. We walked through what this thing was about, how you run through it, and you're like, okay, it's game on. So you and your wife signed up for it.
That's right.
And we'll talk about her in just a second, but it's okay.
Close you are.
So, you guys started out, and the first 2 days are tough 2 days for some people on the program. It's a loading phase where you actually have to consume a fair bit of calories. How'd that go for you?
Well, the first day was actually surprisingly easy, and almost to the point of being scary at the end of the day when you realized how many calories you just consumed that day, and said, it doesn't feel that much different than other days. I mean, that was a surprising fact. Second day was a little bit harder to get all the calories in. I was able to still do it, which I think, based from what I'm understanding, loading is incredibly important, and if you don't do it correctly, it will impact how
Key factor right there. He just nailed it too. The loading phase, we actually spiked the metabolism and kick-started into gear. And for the folks who don't load correctly on a week, and actually see it's like just biochemical results that we're going to see that they just don't get the results the way we want them to. But you did, and I think you only gained a pound. Right.
Well, it's the interesting fact was from the day that I started the morning of until after the 2 days of loading, that next morning I was actually the same weight between the two. I gained a pound on the second day, but on the third day when I started the new the losing phase, I'd actually lost, or was at the same weight. So
you started out, and then you were just going at it, man. It was like a pound a day?
I was 8 pounds in the first 2 days. It was like 5.5, 3.5, or something like that.
It was dropping weight like crazy.
It was just falling off like
Thought
insane.
Something was wrong. I was checking with me. Hey, is this all right?
Am I getting enough calories? What's wrong here?
No, everything's cool. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to.
Yeah.
Then you leveled into it, and literally you just kept at it for about a pound a day. There was a couple of days in there where we had to overcome a stall. There's a lot of people stall on the program. That's nothing uncommon. But we overcame that, and you just continued on.
Yeah, and I'll say the stalling is frustrating, but Dr. Will does a great job of keeping you motivated, keeping you on target, and finding ways to try to get through that stall. So that was great.
And one thing that I definitely have to give it to this guy. I ask you on the program to text me on a daily basis exactly what you weigh today and just overall how you feel. And you would do that.
Yep.
7 o'clock in the morning was just like my alarm. I didn't even need to set an alarm anymore. The guy would text me 7 a.m. every day.
Wow.
Doesn't matter if it's Saturday or Sunday, and shoot me what your weight was, and it's just so cool to see. Like, there it is, another pound down, another pound down, feeling great, feeling great.
Well, and it's motivating too when you're actually losing weight. You get excited to get out of bed to get on the scale, to see what happened over the last 24 hours.
So you did all the work. How did you feel during the program, though?
Really pretty good, surprisingly. I mean, when you start to look at how many calories you're consuming, and then you think back to what you used to eat, that difference is almost disturbing, honestly. Obviously, you can't prolong eating that small amount of calories during the program, but I wasn't hungry. The drops were doing a great job to just kind of doing whatever it needed to do to make sure that you were just feeling okay. I mean, I really wasn't hungry. And again, when you're losing weight and that's what you're trying to do, it's a huge motivator. Yeah. I mean, it just really is. And so every day it was just like, I can do that. I can make a good choice today. Yeah.
And it just snowballed on you. And then you started to like implement a little bit of exercise, right?
Yep. Started riding the recumbent bike.
Which is not required, but you did it anyway.
Yeah, I just did it towards the tail end. I mean, probably the last 2.5 weeks or so of the program, just to make sure I just be as impactful as I could.
Cool.
It wasn't that intense of a workout, and it was good.
So, what were some side effects? Some things that aren't mentioned, right? Some positive side effects that you experienced. You just told me in the pre-chat here. What were some of them?
Yeah, I mean, the reduce the swelling. I mean, I was carrying around so much excess weight that my ankles would swell, my knees would swell. I had some, I won't call it nerve pain, but basically numbness in my thigh.
You should see a chiropractor for that.
Yeah, you should definitely see a chiropractor for that. Let me know if you find a good one. No. Yeah, and all of that has subsided. My wife actually mentioned, she said, your ankles are so skinny. And I was like, no, they're just not swollen. So yeah, it's been hugely beneficial. And then there's an emotional aspect of it. I mean, frankly, you just have much more self-confidence. I mean, to wake up and actually put on clothes that you haven't worn in 6 months, a year, and you wonder why you still have it in your closet, but yet now it's fitting. It's encouraging. I mean, it really is, and it starts the day off right.
That's huge.
So yeah, it was huge.
So you want to go over your results?
Sure.
So there you go. All right. Do you want me to tell them numbers? You want to share numbers, exact numbers?
I don't care.
All right. He doesn't care, so you heard it. All right. So he came in here on this August the 3rd, and current weight at that time on our scale here in the office was 311.8. Had a goal of getting down to 275. That's a lofty goal, right? But as I told him on day one, and as I told him just a little bit ago, hey, I'm a high bar setter. Let's go for it and see if we can't get there. And if we fall a little bit short, then so what? We kicked butt still. We did fantastic. And that's exactly what he did. Today, weighed in at 276.4. That is 34.4 pounds. That's fantastic. We did measurements, full body measurements, 8-point check on him all throughout the program, and total inches lost was 26.75, 26 3/4 inches off.
And 10 of those inches were along my
10 from
stomach.
the waist, man.
Over the waist, yeah.
5 3/4 from the chest and 10 off the waist. That's incredible stuff right there. Blood pressure wasn't too bad when you came in.
Yeah.
We just checked it just a little bit ago. Just a few millimeters down at 122/85. Came in at 126/96. So awesome job.
Thanks.
Killed it.
Appreciate your help.
Yeah, you bet. So, want to say anything about the program anymore? Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it. I mean, for anybody who is thinking about it, I did it. The reason I did it was everything else that I could think of was just working out was nearly impossible because of the swelling. Just the thought of it, I was lethargic. I mean, all of that just wasn't. There's no way that working out just was going to work, and the thought of just trying to quote unquote eat right. Without any type of program was discouraging from the standpoint of I knew I wouldn't see the results as quickly as I needed to see it to stay with it. Yeah. And so this, rapid weight loss, or can be if you stick to it, it keeps you motivated and it keeps you kind of coming back to it. And I'm using it as a jump start. I may do another round of it in a few weeks, possibly, debating on that coming into the holidays, but definitely planning on, getting more workout in, because now I'm energetic and,
Feel like it.
Yeah, I feel like I want to.
Yeah.
I want to make
So
good
now
choices.
snowballs. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the choices are really important. You start to look and see what other foods have in them from calories and sugars and different things, and you go, oh my gosh, how did I eat that? I mean, my kids are not exactly happy with me because we've taken a lot out of the house, because I'm going, no, that muffin has 425 calories in it and 26 grams of sugar. No, you shouldn't be eating that. And so, but they're coming along. They appreciate it.
But it's not hard. This
No,
is not
it's
a
not
difficult
hard.
program.
No.
Everybody says the exact same
Yeah,
thing. They
the
all-
big thing is just having the right mindset. You want to
There you
choose the right thing today. Just
Right.
think about it today. Just think about this one meal. I want to choose right for this one meal. And
And you
you'll
feel
be-
fine. You don't feel hungry. You feel
No.
energized. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's
All positive.
great.
Yeah.
All good stuff.
Well, there you go. So thank you, Corey.
Absolutely.
Very
Thank
much,
you.
buddy.
Appreciate it.
Great job. And if you know somebody who could benefit from hearing this information, we're going to turn off this phone. But if you could benefit from this information, please like, share, subscribe to this YouTube channel,
Good.
and share with others that might be able to benefit. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Thanks.